Hello, everybody. Bostonian plays Fallout 76, or, Bostonian plays video games, whatever. Here we are in the wasteland, one in all. And, today I wanted to talk about... Wow, look at this, huh? I didn't even know this was here. Either that or I have a terrible short-term memory, but where the fuck am I? I'm loving it. I'm loving it already. Wow, look at this down here, huh? Welcome to the Wasteland 101. Today I'm just going to be brief and, Stop and Shop, which is in Massachusetts. Workers are protesting, and they're protesting because the union negotiations are obviously not in their favor, and I'm sure that comes as no surprise. Also, what's going on and things that I talk about is upcoming automation that they're not telling the employees, but the employees know. Usually, especially for the working class, I think, for the poor, I think for anybody, I mean, just people in general, usually have a really good intuition. There can be information that is kept from you, from the people who are going to eventually make the decision, but you can usually sense in the environment that something's off, something's wrong. So at the base layer, at the surface level layer, they are protesting against healthcare spikes and fucking with their pension. Oh, good. I got that over encumbered now, huh? All right, Foot Locker, let's go. No. And they have a robot in the store right now. That is 236 and 230. I wonder if I could just get rid of some shit. Excuse me. So they already have a robot in the store. All right. It's like scanning products or something like that. No one really knows what it's up to. Obviously, let's see. Damage. What level do I have to be? 45. Okay. We can get rid of that thing. So they're protesting. They have what they're calling scabs at the cash register. And, of course, they're angry with them. And that happens all the time. And the Teamster unions, when they protest, when they strike, you're always going to have somebody willing to provide for their family and come in there and knowing that they're not going to be, liked by the people who are trying to make a statement. And that's what was going on today in Stop and Shop. I went in there. I refused to buy anything because, obviously out of support for those people. But, the big thing that's going on and the thing that the employees know is automation. So, of course, coming back to Fallout 76, as we discussed in the last video, the protest signs going, leaning against the property of the mansions there. Basically about robots and automation and worker displacement, and that is upcoming, and this is the first, I think, sign of it. They about 2 years ago, maybe, Market Basket had a similar situation, but it was more about financial packages. It was more about selling the company to his brother, and a complete redesign that was, considered greedy, and the workers went on strike, and they actually won, and the brother that I guess you can consider in the situation the good brother, kept the company, and the employees were happy with what was going on. This is a much different situation. This isn't owned really by a brother or a sister or something like that. I mean, this is much deeper and probably more bureaucratic than that. And they're already staging like experiment stores, and mostly I think it's Target. I think Amazon has tried it, where it's basically all automation. So it's self checkout. It's for the Amazon pop-up stores. I think it was just being able to sense your phone, and you just take items out of the store, and it charges you through your Amazon account. And that is the future. And unfortunately, it's something that people who work for those types of businesses, it's going to be very difficult in the upcoming years to stop that. you know, especially when the technology becomes cheaper to maintain and operate than a worker. So it's one of the major problems. And again, it's a very interesting conflict, because when you you hike minimum wage to 15, okay, fine, and even $15 an hour, really, you know, you're not going to be living in most parts of Brooklyn anymore. You know what I mean? You're definitely need two incomes, and if not, probably still some a subsidized income through the government. So $15, if you average that out to 40 hours a week, isn't you know gonna give you too much money to save and go on vacation and stuff like that. Which I don't. To be honest with you, I don't really know where I stand. I do know that people need things to do, and automation is coming, and universal basic income and stuff like that isn't the only thing that's going to help a situation like that. So, okay, so Stop and Shop, they are protesting now. They're probably going to get a compromise, I think. But it's a way also to test the workforce and what they're willing to give into. And fortunately, for me, and you know, to be honest with you, I think one of the things that actually led to this protest is a fucking robot, you know, wheeling around, and you know, the workers are like, whoa, dude, like, what's going on here? Like, whose job is this taking? You know what I mean? Coupled with a bad deal as far as, you know, trying to hike healthcare and start scratching away at pensions. I think all of that is what led to, you know, people standing out there with protest signs. But again, I mean, seeing that robot face to face, you know, getting a taste of the future, I mean, people are probably like, dude, you know, what is the plan here? Because again, a lot of these companies like Target and all that, they have experiment stores. You know, they have stores that know that only a couple people volunteer to walk through just to see how people are reacting to you know, the way products are set up as far as in the aisles and stuff like that. And most of the experiment stores now are going over, you know, robots doing most of the work, self-checkout, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, what's going on with maintenance? How often do they have to be maintained? What kind of load can they withstand over a period of time? You know, it's all that kind of stuff. So, and of course, they'll probably do what Walmart's doing, which is like, you know, putting monitors on each aisle and basically scanning your face. So, you know, it's just very interesting to me that, you know, the demographic who go to Walmart. And look, I get tennis balls there. I go to Walmart too, because they are cheap. And you know, morally, I am against it, but you know, and I do. Holy shit, dude. Is this thing gonna attack, or is it just chilling? I don't want any part of that guy. I got a baseball bat and not really a cool... Where the fuck? Is this the conspiracy town or something like that? What was I saying? Target. Unfortunately lost my train of thought here after I saw that fucking guy. Is there something else going on here? I should get the fuck out of here, to be honest with you. Number one, I don't know where the hell I am. Number two, it looks like an area where I might need to level up a bit more. Alright, we're in the water, just fucking hanging out. Where the hell was I going with this? You know, I was talking about automation, Walmart. It's just interesting to me that, you know, how heavily monitored people who are making no money are. I mean, you know, here you go through the 2008 financial collapse, and somebody just as in this, basically in the same financial category as you walking out of Walmart, you know, they're checking your receipts, making sure you're not stealing anything. Meanwhile, you know, talk about worker displacement. I mean, you know, the 2008 economic crash, you know, that's worker display. Oh, nice. don't know where the fuck I am though. That's worker displacement as it stands right now, you know. So, but yeah, hey, Stop and Shop, you know, trying to get a stranglehold of what I think they know is coming, and you know, unfortunately, the way that most unions are, what the hell is this? Come on now. Most unions are treated nowadays, and that is trying to take. Oh, good. Who is this now? You know, trying to get rid of any positive thing. Let's take that. That might be protecting, you know, the worker. So, again, I think that they're going to come to an agreement, but you know, the more that this starts to happen with these types of jobs, the bargaining chips are going to be less and less, because you're going to see more and more automation, more and more computers, and they're going to be like, all right, well, you know, we don't have to pay, you know, any type of health care. They don't have to, you know, pay a pension. They don't have to pay now $15 an hour. So, you know, it's very interesting that this stuff is starting to happen right after the $15 minimum wage hike. And I'm sure we're going to see this more and more. So that is it. Thanks so much.